Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading on all about your soulmate. So pick one of the four piles, pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and yeah, pick the pile that you find to be the most appropriate, and let's get started. Pile number 1, all about your soulmate. Let's see what it gets about this pile. Okay, so somebody who's very emotional is what I'm getting. But that's not all that there is to it. They're emotional. But somebody, I'm hearing that they are somebody who's able to, like, mine their emotions for hidden treasures. Even, interesting, I'm hearing they may even monetize their emotions in some way. Oh, wow. And then Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, monetize their emotions. That's Pentacles is, money and everything, or solidifying something into their realm. So it's sort of like somebody who is who solidifies their emotions into this realm, and basically everything is fine. So they've learned to, like, it gives me the vibe of somebody who might have like a YouTube channel that deals with their recovery from alcoholism, for example, or struggle with something. And Nine of Wands is somebody who's learned to overcome. It gives me a sense of somebody who's like gone through Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't know, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it's like they've positively taken their difficulties and almost monetized it. Interesting. That's an interesting or whatever difficulty it could be. I mean, there could be a myriad of different things, right? Not just that, but or their anxiety, they've learned to, so it's sort of like an innovative person. And I'm hearing that they've like they're kind of a deep-minded person because they've met various aspects of themselves and then made them into their transformation, they've used that. So this seems like a very emotionally in touch person. Yeah, then we've got the King of Cups. Yeah, somebody who's very emotionally in touch, but balanced too. It's like, it feels like a very emotionally healthy person, but not somebody who's always been that way, but somebody who has gone through a lot of trials and tribulations to get there. So yeah, I think this is a good person, and somebody who almost monetizes everything, and they balance everything out. It's like I'm hearing this person, I'm hearing they may be like a fire sign, like a Leo or Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. But it's somebody who makes lemons out of lemonade, or makes lemonade out of lemons. What's that? Make lemons out of lemonade. And somebody who doesn't sit in the sidelines, but they have like sort of a powerful pull to powerful pull. And we've got another king card. Wow, and then a queen card, a King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So I said they're very powerful and they move forward, but they're also, it's like a balanced and healthy power, if that makes sense. So I do like this person. I don't think this is my pile, but I do like this person. They're in charge of, they're very in charge too. They're somebody who's very in charge, and they don't, like, it's like they don't put up with negative nonsense. Like they try and clean up their life. Like they've got a positive attitude, that they're always trying to move in a positive direction, and they don't like being trapped, because they may have been trapped in something that was very, like, some sort of addiction, and then they walked away from that. They went on a spiritual journey, but it's like, come on here, and they may have like a small YouTube channel that they talk about overcoming their struggles, and yeah, they're some sort of emotional struggles. And let's see what else. And yeah, it's like they make decisions now. Like, it's like they've become a really high end version of themselves. They've become a very high end version of themselves that's powerful, that overcome their demons. May even be, for some cases, it may be even childhood trauma of some sort. Well, a lot of cards here that I've pulled out, but but something I just kept on getting like Alcoholics Anonymous, but that's not a bad thing because people can go through that and become more like in tune people and healthier, right? Like I know people that have gone through those kind of things and they actually become physically and emotionally more healthy. So boss, so this may be a boss or somebody who's in charge, or they may not like, there may be this energy they don't like other people to boss them, but attack. So yeah, they kind of have a fear of authority figures. They could have their own, innovative with their own business because because they don't like authority figures. They may have issues, but they kind of see fascination with the human mind. So yeah, I this is a positive. Attack and violate. So yeah, it might be some form of childhood trauma in this person's past, but because that tends to go with addiction, or really, okay, they may be interested in psychology because they may have had some really negative, extremely negative interactions with people that used affection to manipulate with them. It could have been even earlier in childhood. So that this person, but they basically ugly. Like, it's like this person, it's like they've almost seen the very ugly side of life. And because of that, they basically, maybe even seen the ugly side of men. And like this person, even if they're a man, like, it feels like kind of like more like a male energy. It's going to be a man. But I'm getting it, yeah, this is a man who's seen the ugly side of bad men or something. And I'm not dissing men, but it's like, yeah, something like that. So yeah, this feels like a very complex and interesting but forward moving, disciplined person who's overcome their difficulties. Yeah, and just as I said that, I got 3 of Wands, forward moving, hard working with 8 of Pentacles, hard working, but in an expansive sense. So yeah, this feels like I think that's all I've got. They may have interesting eyes as well too. They may have interesting eyes and everything. Interesting. So that we've got pile number 1, and then so yeah. So this person, they dislike. They have very strong opinions. Is what I'm getting for pile number 1, and that's all we've got. And then we've got a pile number 2. So all about your soulmate. Let's see what we got. The Judgment. So Judgment and Victory. And I have to see all the cards to see. And then Queen of Pentacles and the Tower. So let's see exactly. Let's see. Anxiety. So this person, they feel like a highly spiritual person, but they're not somebody who's going to be like wearing this on their sleeve. Like they like to, they kind of seem a little bit like self-defeating cycle, anxiety. They want to avoid, what exactly is it? I think they've had a bit of a trauma that's got them out of a self-defeating cycle lately. And I'm getting, but they've overcome it. They've overcome it, but they have sort of this anxiety of falling into this cycle again. And boast and 6 of Wands. So it's sort of like, it's like they're proud of something that they've accomplished, but not too proud because they're a little bit anxious of falling into the same cycle. Compulsion, yeah, the same self-defeating cycle, compulsion. They're almost afraid of falling into, it's kind of like this person has a bright exterior, but they've got a bit of fear. Like they may seem very confident, but they've got a bit of a fear, and they try and suppress. It's like they try and suppress this fear and move forward. But okay, let's see. I want to get some more clarity about this case. The Victory, Judgment. So this is somebody who's goal oriented. They really like security, and it's because they've got this. So they may be very good with finances, and they really like to improve their finances. Wow, and then I've got King of Pentacles. Yeah, they like to improve their finances. And then they're a bit anxious in terms of making decisions. They're a bit anxious in terms of making decisions, and it's kind of like they have an issue with independence, like being like they really want to be independent, but sometimes they can be a little bit too much of that. And yeah, guilt. And it's like they're trying to sort out like these feelings and be clear about them. And let's see, what are some positive characteristics of this person? Okay, like I'm hearing that this person, they always speak up for what they believe in. They always speak up for what they believe in. And 5 of Cups. They'll basically they're very clear about, and I'm hearing that like, yeah, they're very strong opinionated, but it's kind of a moral, about things that are moral type thing. So it's kind of, this person has a pure energy, like they don't like the bad energy of the world, and they're very clear. So this is not a pushover is what I'm hearing. Yeah, this is not a pushover. They don't temper their opinions. Like, they're not really a people pleaser. They go within, and it's kind of like they figure out what their values are, and they're very clear about that. And they don't, like, if they don't agree with a particular thing, they won't let someone's feelings get in the way. Like, if they know something is wrong, that they know it is wrong. They know it is wrong, and they will resist. It's like they'll resist negativity, like things that they know are wrong. And it doesn't matter to them if they're alone, or if somebody, like, almost like if somebody cuts off a friendship, they don't, or acts like they know, like a slight stubborn streak. They know what is wrong and what isn't, right? So they're very clear about that, is what I'm hearing. Very, very clear about that, and basically they're kind of a protector of people that are not so, yeah, of people that are not, like, they're very, like, you see this person, they're protecting somebody. It's kind of like they protect somebody, and they don't care, like, instead of independent minded, they don't care if something is unpopular, and if they have to stand alone, they don't care. They don't care. They basically do not care. And it's like, and let's see what other positive, depend. Yeah, they try not to depend on people, even for information. So this is kind of a freedom thinking type thing, right? This is like a freedom, 9 of Pentacles, and yeah, freedom, 9 of Pentacles. Somebody stands alone. So they're very kind of wary of the world, and sort of like they're very wary of, yeah, and they like to be successful. This feels like a successful, somebody who can sort of tune out the world and move forward independently, like strongly, and they kind of like kind of a strong person. Like, they're kind of a like a strong person. I'm hearing that they have a sense of humor with laughter, but also of kind of a very serious side as well too. And then, yeah, they like to succeed, is what I'm hearing. They like to succeed. That was pile number 2. Pile number 3, you've got the pink stone. All right, we've got the Fool, the 5 of Wands, the Devil, and the Ace of Wands. So this is somebody who is like adventurous, like an adventurous person. The Devil, Ace of Wands. They may, how am I gonna put this? I'm not trying to articulate this in the right way. They, the devil is in the details, but they don't want to get too bogged into the details. So they move forward confidently. Like they try and leave conflicts behind and move forward confidently and powerfully. And Two of Cups. So they're kind of somebody who goes by the seat of their pants, but it's sort of like a energy of adventuresomeness that works for them. They temperance. Yeah, they don't like they try and temper negative emotions with adventures. Like they like to always try new things. Is what I'm hearing. They like to try new things. Yeah, there's something, okay, there's something I'm trying to get at, but I'm not quite getting at. Is that sometimes I get this energy of that. So let's see what else we got here. So the Hermit. So this person, they're trying to balance their, it's like since they're trying to balance themselves. They're even trying to balance their heart chakra. So they're basically, like they're trying to get out there in the world, but they're kind of, sometimes they don't know how to balance being introverted and extroverted. And I think that you could probably help them with this, or but they have a good energy that gets out there, and it is kind of a popular person energy, like a very popular person, but it's kind of like they've got certain aspects that they hide to themselves too, and sometimes they don't know what aspects to hide. And attractive, and it's like this person, they're kind of an attractive, popular energy, and sometimes like they don't know how to balance that with like it gives me kind of a people pleaser vibe, like somebody who has to just be popular and oh, interesting, resent father. It's like they feel like there's sort of some stuff going on in their mind where they feel like they have to be like this popular out there person, but essentially they kind of resent it too. Like it's like they resent what they have to be to other people, but they have a good social facade, and they're trying to balance it with their emotions, and they're trying to almost balance it. It's like I feel like they're on this self-growth journey to sort of balance what they should be in the world, even though you should, oh my goodness. And then this, I swear to whoever, I before I even saw that I saw that they're trying to balance out who they should be in the world. So it's sort of like sometimes it's like what aspects should they show to the world, what aspects shouldn't. It's like it's like on this process of this balancing out, because it's almost like they have this good social facade that everybody likes, but sometimes they really resent that, and it's like they're trying to balance out who they should even be with other people, because it's sort of like they almost like developed this facade that was very popular as a defense mechanism. They're trying to sort out who should they be to other people, because I think they're realizing they don't want to be that person, even though that person isn't bad. But it's sort of like they're trying to balance out who they should be in the world. Like, so what I'm trying to say is this person can seem a lot different than they are because of this bright social popular persona. They can be different than they actually are. And it's like they've got aspects of, it kind of reminds me of the jock in high school who's popular, and like everyone but they have a different emotional side, a creative emotional side, a thinking side. So it's like they have to be, like maybe they grew up in a home where they had to be what other people wanted. So it's like their whole sense of self was kind of twisted. And yeah, it's really really, it's kind of, they're sorting it out though. They're sorting out how to expand and be in the world. So they're thinking, so it's like they're a deep thinker, like the high school jock who's like the star quarterback who has a deep thinking writing side, and they're balancing that out with everything, if that makes any sense. Yeah, interesting. But they're on a good journey, so that's good. As long as somebody's progressing, trying to sort things out, it's a good thing. So that's pile number 3. Go to pile number 4. Hello, pile number 4. Let us see. What do we have? The soulmate. They're all about your soulmate. Let's see. The Hanged Man. I'm hearing you could find this person quite quickly. I'm hearing that's the first thing I heard with the Hanged Man in reverse. It's like this person's coming out of a period of stagnation. The Star. So yeah, the Star. It feels like this person's coming out of a period of stagnation. And they've got. I feel like a very interesting person. I'm getting starseed vibe. This person has not necessarily had a very easy life, but yeah, so they could be a spiritual starseed type person who, I'm hearing you could even be from the same planet as this person, or had lives on a different planet, and this person has experienced a lot of loneliness and anxiety, and yeah, and they're up leveling though. They're really spiritual. Like if you look at this stone right here, it's a very spiritual stone. They're kind of up leveling. Like they have a very expansive what's the crown chakra? That kind of spiritual chakra. I'm getting a lot of like purple energy. Like so, sort of a bright person who's interested in weird things. And Page of Swords. I don't know. Page of Cups. Page of Swords. They almost feel childlike, but they don't appear childlike, if that makes sense. Like it's sort of like this person, they feel like almost like they have an inner child that's like likes to draw and everything, but they kind of hide this inner child type thing, and they like to kind of fit into, they're kind of like they feel kind of odd, but they're not, they don't appear odd, if that makes sense. It's like they've learned, or maybe they, like, it depends on the person, but it's kind of the energy of this person. They have these aspects of themselves, but they don't really, like, I'm getting very strong starseed energy, but they kind of like to, they give out a certain aura that's a little bit, they may feel a little bit ashamed of certain things, of their starseed or their interests. Like they may think that they're kind of weird, even though, and they don't really feel that way, but they feel that way a little bit. And yeah, they feel that way a little bit, but it's kind of like they kind of, it's like they've got a lot of stuff inside of them, and yeah, a lot of stuff, and then they've got this. They're like coloring and writing, but they kind of, I'm hearing the word, they may have been taught in their family of origin. One, I've got this right here, this card right here, that, oh, you don't do that. So it's like they came into this world that like with totally a spiritual starseed energy, but that kind of was crushed out of them a little bit. You see, yeah, it was like kind of crushed out of them, and it's kind of a little bit sad. But they're kind of, so they feel a little bit childlike. Like maybe they've started to connect to these aspects of themselves again, these kind of spiritual aspects, but they feel a little bit childlike. And it was like, yeah, and they're trying to connect, like learning right here. They're trying to learn and connect to those aspects again, but they kind of feel a little bit hesitant. So it's kind of, this person has a sweet and starseed spiritual energy, but they're just trying to like sort of integrate that in the world, like in a way that it is like fine type thing. That's the only word I can come up with. Fine. They want it to be fine. All right.